street clothes again, and we mentioned that she had successful left wrist surgery here a couple days ago. Up against it here, she knows both of these teams trying to make the playoffs. We showed you the standings. Makes it interesting. Dallas is the only team that's been officially eliminated from the playoff contention, and Sykes, after she knocks down that shot.
I like that matchup, Brittany Sykes versus Kennedy Carter. That length of Brittany Sykes, it might bother Kennedy.
Partially blocked there by Cardoso, and the rebound to Harrison. The Mystics with a chance to get to the playoffs. They're 5-5 now since the Olympic All-Star break. And there's one of their rookies who's a big reason why they have been improved, Aaliyah Edwards.
Aaliyah Edwards is a post player, but you're not going to put her in the tall girl box. She actually scores most of her points on that jumper that you just saw.
There's a story coming out of the Washington Post comparing Angel Reese and Aaliyah Edwards. Edwards, of course, taken in the pick right above Angel Reese, but that was one of the reasons why the Mystics and Tebow had said they did it. And a deep shot, Julie Van Loo.
Washington leads the WNBA in their percentage of points off three-pointers, and I know that Teresa Weatherspoon is aware of that. It's a nice mid-range jumper by Kennedy Carter. Chicago's ability to guard the three. She doesn't want toes at the three-point line. She wants heels on the three-point line.
Yeah, which is a different approach. Van Loo once again launches it, and Lindsay Allen might have gotten a piece here. Here's Kennedy Carter.
In transition defense, they don't really care about offensive rebounding. So when that shot goes up, they will send all 5 players back in transition.
It'll be interesting to see how Chicago...
You really hate to see that.
And count the bucket for Sykes. A three-point play the old-fashioned way. Half of the Mystics' first points. She's got 6 of the first 12.
I mean, she's 1 for 3 from the three-point, so make her a jump shooter. Make her a three-point shooter tonight. Well, she was leading the Sky, just her defensive presence. She was having the best statistical career of her season.
Emily Enxler, who's been fantastic the last couple of games here for the Mystics, and Sykes has been fantastic shooting the ball here tonight.
The external emotional experiences that are happening with losing a player or getting a player back.
Immediate turnover, Walker Kimbrough into the passing lane and takes it all the way for her first 2. Has talked about and preached to this team. This team trying to make the playoffs. They know that people have counted them out, picked them 12th in the preseason. Onyenwere from 15 feet out drills it. Melbourne off the bench. Enxler drills her three-pointer. Over to Brianna Turner, who was big on Sunday, and that win got some increased minutes, again with the no Angel Reese situation. Onyenwere from the corner, rings it up for 3. And Sika Kone turns and faces and hits against her old team on her old home court, and that'll be the final shot and final play. 2 teams battling for that 8th and final spot. The first 7 have already been decided. Tickets are punched. Step through move for Dana Evans, and she gets it to drop.
That's not there tonight, right? At least so far in this game.
How do they get it back?
Defense. Defense, you got to get stops. For this team, it's been their MO all season long. Chicago leads the league in offensive rebounding.
Atkins from around the screen. That lefty shot is pure, and it's a 33-15 advantage. We're at the midway point here of the second quarter using that Turner screen. It's a deep 2, and she hits it.
And this is a big step for Teresa Weatherspoon and her rookie post player. She's leaving her in with 2 fouls. She usually takes her out at this point.
Well, she could do that. That's why. Cardoso's first field goal, but
their team and coach needs them right now.
Well, with Davis, they have 10 available here tonight. Oh, Diamond DeShields, Angel Reese, or Elizabeth Williams, as we've talked about, and Edwards gets another bucket. Sky are at Minnesota, at Connecticut. They have Phoenix, and then they're at Atlanta. Corner look. Another opportunity here for Chicago, and there's Carter with another bucket.
Also home against Phoenix, a team that Chicago has really struggled against this season, but it's all about this game. I don't know how Camila Cardoso caught that. great connection.
And suddenly, it's only an 11-point deficit here for the Sky. Atkins with the pump fake will pull up right at the free throw line. She is so smooth. Sykes flips it back to Edwards, over to Dolson. Second best three-point field goal percentage in the league. Carter hesitation, driving baseline, tough angle. Cardoso cleans up the mess and puts it back. No Diamond DeShields tonight either, out with the right ankle injury. And finding Harrison, good possession to open things up in the third. Over to Edwards, reverse style. She's one of those rookies that gets overshadowed with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese in this rookie class here this year.
Well, it's like Rakia Jackson.
Yeah. And Harrison, rainbow drops. Interesting debates with the postseason awards here coming up with the final few games of the regular season. Van Loo reading break. Here is Edwards. Julie Van Loo checks her feet and drills the three-pointer from the side. Can start to feel the absence of some of these players in different rotations. And Van Loo, once again, three three-pointers now to tally her 9 points tonight.
That's her biggest area of improvement this season.
Sykes fakes the pass. Back to Edwards, off the glass for two. I say that tongue-in-cheek for those who are literally taking me literally. Here's Kennedy Carter, a long two. Edwards with 13 points. Midway through the third quarter, give and go. Kennedy Carter pulls up. Boy, she could just stop on a dime on the baseline.
And I think for all bigs, all post players in this league, you have to develop a strong face-up game and be able to knock down threes.
Samuelson to Kone. Good strong move.
It's the second and the third action. It's when it's coming out of the scramble.
Dana Evans has to put it up, plays beat the buzzer and wins.
Chicago had 5 offensive rebounds. They only had 4 the entire first half.
Harrison sneaks around Kone, you can count it. And one for Izzy.
We play on. And this is why I'm not an official.
Whoa, Harrison will shut the door very quickly. People picked us 12th in the preseason to finish dead last. So the fact that we're competing for a playoff spot is meaningful. Here is Harrison on cue with the jump hook for another 2. With the back down. She has been impressive, beats the shot clock for the Mystics. Mystics have a 2-1 edge against the Sky in this series, which could come into play with any tiebreakers. Melbourne, cutting Melbourne in the reverse. Lindsay Allen with Engsler coming over for the block.
I'm surprised Kennedy didn't just try to go at Sika and get to the rim against that taller defender.
Atkins drills it.
St. Louis, Missouri's finest, one of.
Sykes coming over, Carter never saw her. Some key players back in the second half of the season and trying to find themselves again. Lindsay Allen sneaks past the entire defense. Well, Washington, we mentioned, will have Atlanta a couple of times after this, the Liberty and the Fever. Some challenging games for the Mystics, who now improved to 12 and 24. Chicago Sky dropped to 13 and 23.